You're frustrated, you're tired. You spent the whole day meeting up and waiting for the bully to show up. Looking outside the window, seeing the buses line up, you know that it's soon going to be time to go home. The bell rings. Oh my goodness. I'm going to the bus and I realize the bully's behind me. Why? I thought I was alone. Only at home, in your room, do you feel safe from all harm. Can you remember at any time feeling this way? I would not be surprised if any of you say you never have. Bullying is defined as a form of youth violence. Although definitions of bullying vary, most agree that bullying includes attack or intimidation with intentions to cause fear, distress, or harm. A real person received imbalance of power between the same children over time. Bullying can be included by aggression, that is physical, hitting, tripping, verbal by name calling, teasing, or psychological and social by spreading rumors, leaving out of the group, or just plain not being separated from others. Bullying can also occur through technology and it is called electronic aggression or cyberbullying. Electronic aggression is bullying that occurs through email, a chat room, instant messaging, websites, text messages, and videos or pictures posted on websites seen also through cell phones. A young person can be a bully, a victim, or both. According to the Center of Disease Control and Prevention in 2011, a high school reported that 20% of their students had been bullied within that 12 months. Also, it is estimated that 16% of high school students reported in 2011 they were bullied electronically in the 12 months of this survey. During 2009 and 2010, 23% of the public schools reported that bullying occurred among students daily and weekly. A percentage of middle school students reported that they had been bullied more than the high school students. The numbers sound disturbing, I know, but just think about what about the Atlanta area? If you live in a big city or a small city, no matter what, bullying still affects us all. Women, men, teachers, students, young, old, parents, it really doesn't matter. We need to stop allowing our children to be victims. Yes, ourselves. Because you are your child's protector until they reach a legal age of their own. There were many times when I could remember being scared and not wanting to tell my parents that I was being bullied. It wasn't until I got up the nerve to tell my parents that the bullying had began, and I went ahead and I met the situation head on. Today, I want to encourage everyone under the sound of my voice to begin to involve yourself in your children's life. Let's start by looking at the dangers of bullying. Today, we face, as people, as well as our kids, different issues, both being students and members of today's society. Bullying ultimately endangers not just the student, but our money, our siblings, our lives, and psychological well-being. You are right now thinking how. The bullying will cause our student to go home, take money out of their mother's or father's pocketbook or wallet to feel safe. If the student shows that they are not being affected by the bullying, then you know what? They could have a sibling that is being targeted. If the problem is not identified, you can be left with a child being a victim of suicide. Bullying also can result in physical injury, social and emotional distress, and even death. Victimized youth are at increased risk for depression, anxiety, sleep difficulties, and poor school adjustment. Youth who bullies are others and increased by risk for substance abuse, academic problems, and violence later in adolescence and adulthood. For youth between the ages of 10 and 24, the suicide is the third leading cause of death. It results in approximately 4,600 lives lost each year. The three top methods for suicide in young women and young men include firearms standing at 45%, suffocation at 40%, and poisoning at 8%. Deaths from youth suicide are only part of the problem. More young people survive suicide attempts than actually die. A nationwide survey of youth in grades 9 through 12 in public and private schools in the United States found that 16% of the students reported seriously considering suicide. 13% reported creating a plan. 8% reporting trying to take their own life within the 12 months of this survey. Each year, approximately 157,000 youth between the ages of 10 and 24 receive medical care for self-inflicting injuries at the emergency department across the United States. So now that we see the issues and the effects that the students face, what can we do to prevent what's going on? And the problem is bullying. Begin to understand bullying yourself first. Encourage your children themselves to explore and know what bullying is. Keep your lines of communication open. Encourage them to talk to someone that they really actually talk to and confide in, and take about 10 to 15 minutes per day talking to your child about bullying to build reassurance. I am not the only person who has been a victim of bullying, so I challenge you and encourage you to prevent bullying. Parents, caregivers, don't think for once that this could not be your child. Why not be prepared? Do you want your child to be a victim or a survivor? Thank you.